Greetings and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. We have another update. I like these updates. They do wonders for my Ruby collection. So let's see what's going on with this update, because I gotta tell you, I'm a little confused about a couple of items. Once again, I got this from Google Play. I had to cut the top off in order to fit the meaty stuff in here, but it is version 1.1.29. Now, in our last episode, we were talking about 0.25. I think it was the next day there was a 0.26, but it was just like adjustments or bug fixes, nothing specific. So I'm guessing there were some internal changes there too. Anyway, let's get going. And like I said, I'm a little confused about something. So let's just do it one at a time. 1. New feature. The event dungeon expands to 120 levels. Now, I seem to remember one of my viewers saying that it was actually 80 levels previously, something like that. So I'm guessing they blew through those 20 levels really quickly and they decided to add some more. Okay, more content is good content. 2. Translation improvements. German translation has been improved. Japanese translation has been improved. I'm guessing maybe there were some problems or something like that. Improving translations is a good thing. 3. The last state of the on-off of auto in battle is now maintained across restarts. Okay, I tested that and it doesn't seem to be working for me. When I came up on the new update, I did some testing. I wanted to get to a specific stage, by the way. And then just before doing this video, I shut it down, restarted, and auto was off. So I think we need a bug fix for that, or I don't know, maybe I did something wrong, but it didn't seem to work for me. And now for the interesting items. 4. Hero rebalancing. Julian. Skill damage has been increased. 5. Hero rebalancing. Anthony. The amount of attack increased when level up. Skill damage has been increased. Why are we boosting Julian and Anthony? I mean, they're fine. Why are you increasing their damage? Their control? I was very confused. You know, of all of the S-class heroes, with the exception of like Christian, I would have said these guys are fine. It's the other guys who actually need help. Like Daniel. Daniel's in desperate need of help because he doesn't do nearly any damage at all, and if you don't want your warriors running around fast, there's no reason to put him in. Just saying. So I'm not really sure why we're boosting Julian and Anthony. That's a little bit confusing to me. I specifically mentioned, you should do something about Sophia or take another shot at Lucas because Lucas is still not usable yet. However, I did write down all of their stats before loading in the new version of the update 0.29. So we're going to do a little bit of comparison and see what they actually changed. Okay, so let's just check them out here now. Yeah, I don't know why they chose Julian. I mean, those guys do the job for me. All right, let's start with Julian here. Okay, like I said, I wrote down all kinds of stuff for him. His health, his attack, and his defense are the same. All right, now they say they increased his skill damage. Okay, yes, that has been increased. It was 900 at 7 seconds. It's now 1050. So they had an extra 150 to that. I'm still not sure why they felt that was necessary. Now let me just check. He was doing a crit of 750. His stun was a 70% for 1 second. And his critical damage reduction here. All right, so everything else seems to be the same. He's a star behind Anthony, though, so his last skill isn't quite as good. The thing about it is that Anthony is actually a little bit better because his paralysis lasts longer. I mean, even at this stage, I think he's 80% and it lasts for 2 seconds, and then he has another 2 seconds on the end. I don't think if I star this one up, it's going to go to 2 seconds. It'll probably go to like 1.5 or something like that. But this seems to be the only change for him right here, is that they added an extra 150 to his attack. All right, so let's check out Anthony. All right, so they had 2 increases for him, and I do see his attack has gone up. His attack previously was 144,000. So they deemed it necessary for him to go up. I thought that was pretty balanced. See, he was 138 and the other guy was 144, but he's a star better. So I figured that they're pretty much equal in that regard, but apparently not anymore. So we boosted his attack to 165, so he should do more damage. And his defense is actually higher too. I mean, it's not higher than it was, but I mean, it's higher than Julian. So I don't know why they're unbalancing him like that. All right, let's check out the skill. 1350? He was 900 too, and a 7-second cooldown on the skill. So I don't know why they found it necessary to make him do so much more damage than Julian. Unless they affected his other skills. I mean, they didn't mention any of his other skills. All right, let's go down the list. Dodge 750 should be the next one. Dodge 750. All right, his control skill was 80% for 2 seconds. And it's still 80%, which is better than Julian. It is, unless they have a different meaning for paralysis that I'm not aware of. Paralysis is pretty much the same as stunning, isn't it? Okay. Let's see, what else was next? Defense penetration, I think it was. Yeah, 750. And then the last one was an extension of his paralysis by 2 seconds. Okay, so he has the extra star there, but I don't think Julian would get a full extra second for that. I'm guessing it would be like half a second because it's already behind. So I'm not really sure why they made Anthony much stronger. I mean, look, he's doing a lot more damage and his control was already better. I mean, I would have given the extra damage to Julian because his control didn't last as long as Anthony's. But okay, I just don't know why between all of them they chose those two. I don't get it. I mean, look at Daniel here. Look, I mean, his attack is probably better. If I put armor on him, let's put armor on him. Right, his attack is good. It's much better. Base attack is much better. But he doesn't have a skill that gives him a multiple in that damage. Look, his first skill is movement speed for warriors, right? And then he gets a little bit of attack speed. 50? Seriously? And then this one increases the crit chance for the other heroes, I guess including him. And then he's got critical damage, 500. And then, of course, he's got the shout, which means this will last longer. I mean, he doesn't have a skill that multiplies his attack. It's kind of the same thing they did with some other ones. If you look at Luke and Tristan, their base attack is, hold on a second, their base attack is much higher than you would think it would be. But then again, they don't have a skill like, where is he anyway? All right. Like this one, which is going to take the base damage and multiply it by 1,050%. So the thing is, you couldn't give him like that 250, otherwise it would be overpowered. So he's down here at 138, which does remind me, I want to take that armor back off of him. Because no, he's not going back in. So, I mean, something for him might have been a better idea. Something that allows him to do damage. I don't know. Take that first skill, push it back, and give him some kind of an attack or something. It's just that I wouldn't have boosted the other two guys because, in my opinion, they're fine. I mean, I took Roderick out because he's a debuffer, and I don't need it. Because you have Camilla and Christian doing the same thing, and I would rather have warriors doing control. So that's the reason I took him out. Vincent is pretty much the same thing. Oh, wrong way. I went to do that one. See, he's basically doing the same thing by lowering defense. The other guy was lowering attack. So, I mean, the thing is, I would rather have, like guys that I put in here, down here. You have this fella over here who does a 70% chance for paralysis for 3 seconds plus 4 seconds. And it's every 9 seconds he can do that. So, yeah, I want him in there. And I did the same thing with the other guy who's not quite as good, but he's better than the other guys up front there, right? Where it's a 70% chance for 3 seconds plus 4 seconds. I mean, still, it's pretty darn good, right? Pretty darn good. So I would have these guys in there instead of the ones up above. Oh, and by the way, one thing that I didn't point out here is that if you look at it, he's got 151. Now, he is legendary. That's true. But he does have an attack here that does 1,000% every 9 seconds. The thing about it is his soul shards are a lot easier to get than the S guys. I mean, I could probably get him to Mythic. You know, if I wanted to blow the stuff, I could get him to Mythic. Probably not a bad idea. The thing about it is, I think in order to really get an effect, I'd have to wrap him around to the 3rd skill. So that would be kind of expensive because it would probably increase the percentage or the time. I'm guessing the percentage, probably kick it up to like 80% or something like that. So I don't really think it's necessary. As long as they're doing the control, the guys up in the castle can do the damage. And you can just see from my A's where I'm getting my damage from. You know, I got 3 mythics, and that's where they are. And also I have a couple down here, the buffers, of course. I mean, if you look at these guys, they do the same damage in terms of their base, but they don't have like a skill that does damage. But I mean, they're boosting everybody's damage, including themselves. So that's okay. These guys are absolutely critical if you want to advance. Look, he's doing an extra 300%, for 6 seconds and such like that, and then add another 5 seconds to that. So it's 11 seconds every 12 seconds. But the thing is, they're boosting themselves while they're doing that. So they are frequently up there in the damage department. I mean, if I go back over here, and by the way, I am at a specific stage, and the next one will be 7,000. But if you look at the last battle that I did, okay, they are down, 6 and 7. But you can see there's a huge difference between 6 and 7 and then Xavier at 8, right? I mean, these guys, they're pretty darn good considering that how ranking they are. They're C and a B, but they're boosting everybody else. Everybody up here is doing damage because of those guys down there. Well, we have an update, and of course, Julian and, Anthony have been boosted. So, okay, that's fine. It's just that, like I said, is the 2 guys I wouldn't have chosen. Anyway, we do have a lot of hero seals. We didn't do anything in the last episode. I have a lot of hero seals. Let's see what we can get going. Oh, and by the way, my archers. Thing is, I think that they want me to actually star them up. That's what I'm believing. Here's why. I got all of these blueprints once they were opened by advancing the main story quests, right? Then I just bought them until I got them. The last one was the helmet, and I lucked out with that, as you can see, because I got ice back on that one. So that worked out really well. And if I look at quest right now, go down to main, and it's just offering me the 1-star chest again. So they really slowed that down, and I'm guessing that they want me to star them up for myself. So I do have S's now, and most of them are really good S's, so I'm probably going to be focusing on starring them up and just basically gathering the blueprints so that I can scrap them so I can get the stuff to star them up, So that's probably what's going to be going on in the future. At very least, I'm going to be holding on to that helmet for a very long time. Okay, so why don't we do some rolling here and see if I can actually finally get, where is she here? Yeah, Hildy. I need 6 soul shards. Here's another problem. Introducing new heroes in the S tier is a great thing. The problem is that if you're really advanced in this game, you're never going to use them because you're never going to be able to make them powerful enough to actually use them. Because, they don't drop very often, do they? And the S are very notorious for that in the first place, too. I mean, I have 1 epic over here. You go down here, I have 3 mythics. And I probably could max them out, too, It's just it will cost me a lot of ascension stones. Might do that in the future. And I wanted to do this. This is what we're going to do. All right, so I have a lot of rubies, but I'm probably not going to spend any of them because, after all, I have 23,000 hero seals. So why don't we just get going with this really quickly here and see if we can get some stuff going. Okay, some Julian. How about that? All right, and we're just going to roll through here quickly, and then we'll see you got 2 Anthonys there, and I got some Marion. I'd like to get Hildy there. I don't like that black spot there with nothing there, you know what I mean? All right. Just going to shoot through these as quickly as possible. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, got some Christian. Okay, Julian. Okay, Julian and Anthony are showing up a lot. Julian needs it. Okay, we got some good stuff there. All right, should be interesting to see who we can rank up, because I am seeing a lot of good ones. Yeah, I just want to blow through this as quickly as possible. Harold chilled up a couple of times there. Harold is fairly behind, but does do the damage, doesn't he? That's a couple of times for Harold. And Christian, too. This is actually working out a lot better than usual. I'm getting a lot of 4-star updates here. Oh, Hildy, I definitely have her now. Yeah, either I'm running into a great run of luck or there's been some changes to the drop rates. Positive ones, because I'm seeing a lot more 4-stars than before. I got a feeling we're going to be able to do some ranking up. Poor Daniel. Okay, you got a couple there. Including pulling Sophia. We might be able to get her to epic. That was a good one. Actually pulled Camilla there. Yeah, there's been a lot of Christian in there too, so... Okay, and we actually pulled Hildy there too. So, yeah, I'm thinking they may have adjusted the drop rates a little bit. Yeah, a lot of Harold. And we got Roderick, yeah, who... Yeah, can't really use him anymore, you know? But who knows what happens in the future? We still don't even know what this total war thing is going to be, you know? Okay, we pulled Vincent there too. Yeah, I'm going to be able to do a lot of ranking up here, huh? Wow. Lots of shiny... And that's the second time I pulled Camilla. So she might be heading for epic? Wow. Okay, and I think one more after this. Okay, and let's go take a look. I'm not going to spend any of the rubies here. All right, so let's take a step into here and do this. And I see a whole lot of levels. All right, oh wow, Camilla's got a lot. Is she going up twice? Because I think she's heading for epic. Yep, she's heading for epic. All right, so there we go. So she was doing 900, she's doing 1200 on the attacks now. So yeah, she went up, but she's not number one because I did notice that our little friend here can also go up a star. Okay, increases his own crit rate. Basic attacks dealing area effect damage. Okay, so he's doing more damage there himself. His crit rate has been cranked up. Okay, who else are we currently using? All right, so we do have Julian, who is now 5 stars. Rare, of course. And yeah, like I said, I figured it wasn't going to be 2 seconds. I figured it was going to be like a 1.5 seconds. All right, did we get an increase? We didn't get an increase for Anthony. All right, so I'm curious now. They're wearing the same armor. They're the same level, right? 165K, 144. See, I was right about that. They were the same before, because before the update, Anthony's damage for 5-star rare was 144K. So the thing is, they added to Anthony's damage rate. They didn't like make them even or something like that. So yeah, I still don't know why they found it necessary to do that. All right, let's look around here. All right, we can do some other ones over here. We could already have done Lucas. I didn't see Lucas pop up once. I must have popped up once. You know what? I'm not going to do that. However, she's been sitting back there for a long time. So, you know what? Might as well just make her an epic, right? There's no reason not to. Let's look at her first skill. Castle HP equal to 20% of your attack recovery every second. All right, let's just see if that gets better. 25% of her attack. Her attack's not really very terrific, though, if you can see there, you know? All right, we could rank her up again, but I just don't see a reason to do that. She's epic. Let her be happy with that. Okay, Harold. We got Harold going up here. All right, so he's doing better. He's a long way from another star, though. I mean, he was behind in stars, but he was giving us the damage. All right, we might as well just kick Marianne up here. It's not that many Ascension Stones, right? All right, and then, of course, can we get her out of common? That would be nice, right? Okay, yes, we can. You are no longer common. You're uncommon. But you can see that's going to take a really, really, really long time. I mean, she's got some good skills here. She's got a stun, but there's no way to increase it. Right, the burn duration. So, I mean, she's got a 1-second stun, but I mean, she's basically a debuffer of attack with the burning. So, I mean, even if I did have her up really high, I don't know if I would actually put her in. You know, because I already have that effect twice already. I've got Camilla and I got Christian who do that. All right, anybody else I want to invest in? Well, I mean, we could do this, right? Once upon a time, that may have talked me into using her, you know, in terms of this one here. So she's got 16 golems. They fight for 19 seconds, and the skill's got a 20-second. The thing is that since then, we've done this, and now he's got 18. They last for 22 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. So, I mean, if he was still legendary, we might have tried her. It's just that I don't see a reason to do it at this point. No, I don't see a reason to do it at all. And I think that's about it in terms of, I'm not going to spend it. I mean, I could just do this. You know, it's not very much. But I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to use Vincent. Like I said, the poisoning, I'd rather have control. I'd rather have control. So let's do stage 6999 and get to 7,000. By the way, they're going to win. Yeah, my double time is nearly worn off too. I got stuck a couple of times, but basically I just ran it a few times. I mean, I think I handed out one more suit of armor, and then of course the archers are good now. But I mean, I'm not really getting stuck at the moment. Even when it looked like it was really bad, it really comes down to what did the control do? When you see that the blue ones, the frozen ones, I'm pretty sure that's Evan. So there's some justification for just cranking him all the way up to 5-star mythic. He also does a lot of damage too. Okay, and there we go. We got to 7,000. There it is, 7,000. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, Christian on the top. Yeah, Evan snuck in there. And then we got Marcus and then Harold. And where did Camilla go? We gave her 2 rank ups, didn't we? Okay, she's all the way down there. Oh, wow. Tristan and Luke did more damage than she did. It's very random. It really is. It's very, very random. So, I mean, if you get stuck, run it a couple of times and see. You never know. You might just be able to break out of it. All right, and there. Okay, and I think that's probably enough for today. So they did an update, 1.1.29. It had a couple of things in there, you know, translation fixes, adding more levels to the event dungeons. Yeah, the auto button didn't really work for me. Is anybody else having that issue too? I don't know, maybe I should try it a few more times or something like that. And then hero rebalancing. Julian got a bit more damage and Anthony got a lot more damage. So I'm not really sure why those guys were the focus. But I mean, I guess they're going to be looking at all of them at that point. So we'll see what happens. Maybe those who actually really need that help will get it fairly soon. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya.